says, unless their prices become competitive and they gain a way better dealer network, Honda, as for their marine division, will always be last. They also need to lose the reputation of being slow. You're right, Charles. I think Honda does have the reputation of being slower and heavier. I don't know, if it's that true anymore. I mean, granted, so the new BF350, that thing's almost 800 pounds. It's like 700 some pounds. Whereas Mercury's V8 350, Mercury's V10 350 is also 795 pounds or whatever, 700 some pounds. So like the weight comparison there is pretty close. Outside of Yamaha's 4.3 F350, which comes in at like, I want to say just under 700 pounds. That it is 629 pounds. So, I mean, that one is astronomically lighter than the Honda and the Mercury. But again, that's a V6, not a V8 or a V10. So, that there is that discussion there. So Honda might not be as heavy as you think. I mean, it is a little bit heavier, but, for power to weight ratio, it's maybe a little bit heavier. Now, as far as being slow and that reputation, I mean, yeah, you're right. They do have that reputation, but I don't really know if they're that slow. I mean, it's not really any slower than any of the other brands. Well, I mean, Mercury's obviously faster than everybody because that's what they want to be. But the dealer network, I think, is the bigger problem. The lack of a dealer network, and they've had corrosion issues in saltwater before where they were seen to not hold up because of the dissimilar metals and the things that they use to make the engines. But as far as reliability goes, the engine is a super reliable engine, but the dealer network is the problem. That's the same thing with what's going on with Evinrude and all these people that bought these G2s and have all these engines for Evinrude. You got a 10-year warranty, but you can't get any, like, where are you going to take the boat? Like, you got to drive 4 hours away to find a dealer that will work on your stuff. And then now you've got to wait 4 months because you're on a list of 100 other people that are trying to get stuff. So, the dealer network is probably the biggest concern that I would have as far as Honda is concerned, because, if you want to make a break into the industry and, become competitive, then you definitely need to have a dealer network where somebody doesn't have to drive 400 miles towing their boat to get work done or get parts or stuff like that, which, going back to what Maverick was talking about, can you buy parts from the dealers? No, you can't. So if you can't get parts and you got to go to a dealer that's 4 hours away, that's a problem. And a lot of people that have an Evinrude now are, stuck in that boat where they got a boat, they got 3-4 year old engines with 7 years of warranty left, but you can't get work done on it. So I would say that is probably a bigger concern when it comes to, being competitive and gain market share in the marine division. Granted, I love to see Honda getting more into it with the BF350, doing that deal with Scout where they're making a 19.5 boat for Honda. So, things are happening, and, the more they get into the marine industry, that's just better for everybody in the boating. Having more options is way better for the consumer than not having options. I mean, when you live in a socialistic, communistic regime where you get this and that's it, that's your only choice, then, you take what you can get. So definitely the more the better, 100%. And, I'm a fan of Honda. I said it multiple times before. Honda seems to dominate every product that they make except for boats. So, I think if they wanted to be in the game, that they would be more, and I think that they are hopefully getting into it. So, yeah, figure out the dealer network problem, Honda, please. So if you like this clip, you can watch the full podcast over here or watch another one over here.